One of the biggest announcements to come out of E3 2015 is that the Xbox One is going to be backwards compatible, meaning it'll play Xbox 360 games. But how exactly does that work? Let's talk about it. I'm Alanah, welcome to Button Bash. So the Xbox One backwards compatibility is currently in beta for preview members and will be releasing for everyone else later in 2015, which, to be fair, isn't so bad for all of us who are missing out because there's a very small list of games available at the moment. The Xbox website mentions that there will be over 100 titles ready for your Xbox One when the program actually launches, with hundreds more being added every month. Basically, titles you already own that are part of the program will show up in a ready-to-install section of the Xbox One's menu, with games that are disc-compatible automatically downloading when you insert their discs, which, hopefully at some point, will be almost all of them. Shame about that super limited Xbox One hard drive space though, right? But of course, for games that are disc-based, you will need to keep them inside the console while you're playing them, which is pretty standard, really. So briefly, let's get technical. The Xbox 360's GPU functions very differently to the Xbox One hardware, and requires a really awkward translation from the Xbox 360's tri-core 3.2 GHz power PC CPU to 6 low-power x86 Jaguar cores on the Xbox One. The 360 actually acts as a virtual machine running on the Xbox One as its own game, including all of the Xbox 360 OS features, though they're not available to the user. The idea is that the Xbox One is supposed to be perfectly emulating the Xbox 360 software as an app, meaning it still has access to the Xbox One OS, including features like screenshots and video sharing. So yes, they basically made an entire console into an app just to make it run. There's a whole layer of Xbox 360 hardware that's running in an app on the Xbox One. That's insane. Regarding how it works, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, said, "We thought the right thing to do was make that content go forward, but we didn't know how difficult it would be." If you watch the game's boot, you'll see the Xbox 360 boot animation come up. From a performance standpoint, it allows emulation to work. We're able to get frame-by-frame performance equivalents. The 360 games think they're running on the 360 OS, which they are, and the 360 OS thinks it's running on the hardware, which it's not. It's running on an emulated VM. On the other side, the Xbox One thinks it's a game. That's why things like streaming, game DVR, and screenshots all work, because they're just one big game called 360. According to a report by the Digital Foundry, it's currently only playing North American discs or discs that are NTSC, and it can't currently play games that have more than one disc. But we assume they'll work on that. It is currently a pretty small library, but does include some great games like Viva Pinata, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, and Perfect Dark. But you know, since it's not technically publicly available yet, it's kind of hard to complain about the small library. But while we all wait, why don't you guys let me know what games you are most excited to play on your Xbox One, even though they're Xbox 360 games. The future is crazy. I'm Alanah, thanks for watching Button Bash.